having a blessed morning. I am having a blessed morning. Yes, I am. Um, I want to thank the Alpha Omega, the Creator, and everything existing, the Almighty, for blessing us to be here and for waking us up to figure out what is our purpose in life and what are we doing today. Ask yourself, what are you doing today? What are you going to do and what are you going to accomplish today that you didn't do yesterday, right? And make it happen. Define your space, define your gravity, define your square, define your circle, and use all the material that's at your disposal and for your benefit. This is just motivational Monday. It's motivation every day, but especially on a Monday where it's motivation for you. To me, we need motivation every day, not just Monday. We need it 7 days a week, 24/7, so we can basically counterattack this devil, demonic, and evil, twisted, barbaric way of life that is taking our children down a dark path. That's right. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So I'm back with another good video. I saw this video because it came up on my feed, right? Being that I talk about so many topics. I talk about science, I talk about chemistry, I talk about worshiping the Alpha Omega. That's the number one thing that I focus on, spirituality on my platform. But I talk about various different topics that is plaguing us on every different level. So I come at an angle where that this demonic evil devil's coming, I'm coming too, letting him know, or letting those know I'm here. And I'm tired of you taking the indigenous people or just people all around the world down a very dark path. Lex, how you doing? What's your option on CD? I'm not talking about movie disc. I only just recently learned about information CD. So feel free to ask what that is before answering. Okay, what is CD? I want to know CD. Okay, you want to be disrespectful. You didn't got me, you got yourself. You must be a young child and you up early, right? So you're doing these things and this platform is not to be played with. This platform right here saves lives. And one day you're going to be in a situation where your life is going to be needs to be saved, and this platform is going to save you or your loved ones or whoever you around. Okay, I can tell right now that you're in a state of confusion and you need help. Okay, this is not a platform where we play games. Okay, this is a platform to encourage you and encourage your loved ones, your parents, your uncle, your grandparents, whoever they are. This is a platform, and a lot of people take this platform very serious because it saves lives. The information that I'm giving up might save your life in the future that you may not see it. This is what my videos is about, and this is what I'm about. Because I used to be dead. I used to play games like that, joking around, taking life not serious and taking my situation not serious. See, it doesn't matter what age. You have to take your life, right, and your existence serious. Just because you're young doesn't mean that you can't define your space, right, your gravity, and your time. We don't have a lot of time on this earth, Lex. Okay? So I need for you to find out what is your purpose in creation. What is your purpose? Why are you born? Not because your parents, but why the Creator chose you to have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and be born. Got nothing to do with religion. Got nothing to do with religion. Find what is your purpose. And once you find your purpose in life, you start to add in on life, not subtract from it. And subtracting from it is playing games, right? And not taking things seriously. I need for you to take things seriously whatever age you are, right? Take it serious and define your space, your square, and your circle, okay? So you can become a better man or woman, whoever you are. That's behind this camera that I'm talking to. Define your space and your gravity. And only then, right, you can become what? Who you need to be in life. And then you can define your physical life and add on to it so you can have a great benefit that most people go after in life. They go after the physical life and they define their physical because their physical, it is what it is, right? Like we want a house, we want a car, we want all of this stuff, but we don't define our spirituality. And defining your spirituality is foreverness. Once you get that in tune with your foreverness, then you can conquer everything in life with the Creator's help, the Alpha, Omega, the Almighty. So I want to get in my topic. My topic is talking about there was an officer that didn't follow protocol, right? And protocol is not to drop knowledge and wisdom upon no civilization other than they self. I'm going to show the video, and I commend the officer for doing this because you can see the pain and suffering in his eyes and in his speech. It was real. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. I could tell who's lying. I could tell who's telling the truth, and I can tell what energy you bring in. You can't hide that. When you're dealing with spirituality, you can't hide that. I don't care if you're dark, you can sit in crevices and you can lurk into the shadows. I will find you. And this is very, very important. Not all good works come from playing. Lex said, most young streamers joke with usually laugh it off. It's not that serious. It's always serious. Do you understand? Life is serious. What we living in is serious. We cannot take this as a joke. You'll see as I'm talking about as you get older in life, and I'm talking about spiritual. Spiritual. This is not a joke. It's not a joke. It doesn't matter where you live at, if you not plagued with violence or if you are plagued with violence. This life is serious, and if you don't watch it, it will take you down any type of level. I didn't saw it. People that had a lot of money, people, and they're no longer here because they take this physical life, this modern day life, right, as forever. There's only beginning and end to this. I'm dropping jewels upon you. Some great work comes from love. Yes, love is the Alpha Omega. Love is the Alpha Omega, the Almighty. He is love. That's the ultimate love that you need to get to. And I want to tell you something also. He's very jealous. He's a very jealous creator because we are his creation. He's jealous of everything. If you take your attentions, like I'm going to keep it real with you. If you focus your attentions on anything other than him, he becomes jealous because he created you and gave you the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So he wants you to focus on him and worship him. And when you do this, right, he gives you gifts and presents so you can keep coming back. And the presents and the gift that he gives you, anything that you want in life. But it comes at what? It comes with your dedication and your hard work. So I'm telling you, take life serious. It's not a joke. I don't care what age you are. No, you don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I understand what you're going through. You afraid. Trust you me. When you take on this task and you become one with the Alpha Omega, you know that he exists. There's energy and stuff, and realize that he's watching you and everything that you cannot hide. Yes, you be very, very afraid. You be very, very afraid because you're dealing with forces or something that you never saw before. You don't know if it's good or bad. Majority of the times, it's good. It's good. He just can't reveal himself to you. He never revealed himself to nobody. So he wants you to come to him and don't take life as a joke, because it's serious. This is serious. I don't care what age you are. Only child that don't have a mentality of intelligence is allowed to play, play around, but you guide their thoughts and understanding and you protect them. So we as grown-ups and gearing to be a grown-up, you cannot take life serious. Every second, every minute counts. Everything counts when you're dealing with the spiritual realm. See, we are taught that the physical world is everything. This physical world, but it only has a beginning and end to it. And I don't want to be a part of the beginning and end. I want to be a part of the foreverness. All of these things that's upon this earth is only for your physical existence. That's it. There's a beginning and end to it. It's a beginning and end. Do you know what Roku Prasa is? Would you like me to tell you what makes me scared? It's important, but I don't want you to also be scared. Sure, Lex, go ahead. Sure, tell me what makes you scared. Tell me. What is that? Broski is you gotta, will punish anyone who knows of its potential existence but did not directly contribute to its advancement or development in order to exceed this achievement. No one can punish you except the Alpha Omega, the creating everything existing. Any and everything is at your disposal. And what I mean is at your disposal. You define your space, your gravity, right? And your material that's around you. You could conquer any and everything, right? So you don't allow anything or anyone to try to define who you are. Artificial intelligence is the next God. Do you know how artificial intelligence was procreated? Do you know this? And I'm about to drop this on you. This is going to be very, very heavy. I got off my topic, but it's cool. But I'm going to go back. I'm going to be having a good dialogue, so I'm going to go back to this Lex. This is Lex. I hope he subscribe to me and get some good content and get some good information. Let's dialect. Let's communicate, Lex, because I'm going to tell you where this artificial intelligence come from. If you don't know, and a lot of people don't know where this artificial intelligence come from. Whether you agree with me or not, I'm going to tell you facts. Where does it come from, and who procreated it? That's right. You want me to tell you? Okay, all right. Tell me, I must know. Okay. The AIs, the artificial intelligence, the digital world, okay, as we know it. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and I want you to see, most people think about things of a materialistic world, the modern day world, what we see with our eyes, the physical. I deal with the spiritual realm, and I've been here for a very, very long time that most people may not know. You cannot see the spiritual world, but it exists. It's all around us. And there's entities and there's beings inside there that live there. Yes, they live there. You don't have the knowledge and wisdom and understanding to see them, but they see you. Unless you transcend your body and and transcend your thoughts and mind, body, and soul beyond your physical existence of this earth, right? So, artificial intelligence, the digital world, was created of the sacrifice and the blood of the indigenous people of the earth. The indigenous people of the earth that was created from the earth, that the creator created from the earth, right? They very bloodline and they very blood, they very organs, everything about them. Elaborate. Everything about them, right? Especially they spirit, right? Our spirit, there's no beginning, there's no end to it. Right? This bloodline is rich and holy and blessed. It's rich and holy and blessed. So they don't know who they are, but I'm about to break it down. They are the right hand of the Alpha Omega. You see, the Creator created these human beings, the first people in creation, and endowed them with special abilities, special knowledge, right? To have a path from this world into the next. This special beings of people are not from this earth, right? Are not from this earth. The first creation of them is up above in the spiritual realm, which has no beginning and has no end. Right? The creator, the Alpha Omega creator, right, duplicated himself. He has no beginning, he has no end. And he endowed these special people with special abilities and special power that can define nature, that can define gravity, that can define time, that can define history, science, chemistry, anything that you could name of. These individuals have that in their very blood. They have these special powers, right? They even have powers of telepathically talking to one another. They can use telekinesis, but it's weak. A lot of these things of the indigenous people of the earth. So being that this demonic, evil, twisted devil demon knows that about these human beings and is jealous of human being, you become the op of it. Even though you can't see it, you are the op. Right? So these people that was first created are the enemies of this devil, demon, demonic, twisted evil that you cannot see with your eyes. It lurks in the shadow and it works, and it has an army of spiritual army, and it has physical armies. Hold on. And physical mankind too, right? Because it cannot really do nothing that's solid, because it's not solid. You can't see it. That's why it attacks. You can't see it, right? So it uses the people that the Creator duplicated, which is us. He duplicated himself and created. See, this demonic, evil, twisted know that and is jealous of that. He's mad that the Creator didn't bless this gifts and talents upon him. So he hates mankind, right? Even the people that's created from the right hand of the Creator. See, he created mankind for balance and justice, right? Now, he taught other civilizations to backdoor the first people in creation and civilization. This is an actual true fact. This is from the spiritual realm. So he taught all civilizations to backdoor the right hand of the Creator, that actually to try to dethrone the Creator and murder him, so that this entity in mankind can take the throne, right, and start creating what you're talking about, this digital world, right, and the AI, artificial intelligence. This is the path. You understand what I'm saying? But the Creator still exists. The Creator still exists. Do you understand that? So, being that these people, right, And the indigenous people that's in the earth, they still here. This bloodline still here. They all around the earth. It doesn't matter. They all around the earth. Right? He taught mankind to murder and kill them for their blood, right? For their brains and for their organs. Because in your very blood and your very DNA, it can go back ages upon ages, in BC, before BC, your bloodline. The older you are, right, the more experienced, intelligent that your blood DNA can go back. Do you understand that? And with your DNA, with your blood, and with your organ can tell who are you and where did you come from, right? It tells a story in the path that you come from up above. And being that you come from up above, there's special abilities of being from up above. And you can use and harvest these special abilities just with blood, just with organs. You understand what I'm saying? To create and provide a service for mankind. You can actually procreate inventions and technologies just with their blood, because the example is that you was created to protect the earth, to protect the universe, the heavens and the earth from anything that is violating and that's not keeping nothing in balance. That's why mankind was created, not just for worship, but also for protection. Are you saying that artificial intelligence is evil? No, I'm not saying artificial intelligence is evil, but it can lead down an evil path of you worshiping it. Do you understand that? They use this for a different ways of action to build technology. To build technologies. It's sort of like sacrificing people blood and using people blood. They do that all day, every day. They use people blood and organs for scientific studies and bringing new studies and stuff like that. They do that. They do that all day because they want to know. They want to know. So knowing is in your bloodline, basically, and you can use these special abilities that these people have to empower inventions that you never even seen before, that been here before, right? And you can create maps and ways, right, and to define gravity and energy, because these individuals, long before scriptures was ever put into circulations, right? These people used to define gravity, meaning they transfer their spirit in and out their body freely each and every day. They went beyond the zones of the heavens. This is an actual true fact. This is in scriptures. See, I'm talking to you on a spiritual sense. You may not know it. I'm not saying that you don't know it. You may get this later on. Just look around all of the chaos that's going on in these communities, right? In society, all these killings and all of these young guys killing and murdering each other. The young people are the future, right? I call them the future. They call them YNs, young Nagams, young ninjas, ops of each other. So this create a program for them to murder, death, kill each other. Their very blood and organs are donated to laboratories to study the future, because they are the future and don't realize it, right? Their future and present can get you to the next life. And what is the next life? The next life is the digital world and the AIs. Do you understand that? So this very bloodline is sacred and holy, and they using it for something else. And this is how this technology is coming about. It's through these sacred, blessed people, the indigenous people. You may not understand this, but this is on point what I'm talking about. He's sending approximately 2 million annual on a strict anti-organ wrenching double project blueprint, which includes dietary restriction, exercise supplement, and extremely medical treatment. Who is he sending this to? To the people all around the world? Who is he sending this to? If you're doing that, that's really good. If you're doing that because the people need that. That means they've been hiding these benefits and hiding these benefits for mankind that been here for a very, very long time. The blueprint that you're talking about, right? There's a big map and blueprint that's in your very bloodline. Yeah, his testings are public. Would you like to live indirectly? Yes. After we get off this, um, comic and me and you can do what we do, and we can get things done, brother. I don't know who you are, but we could learn together physically, but I could teach you some things spiritually, and this is what I do on my channel because this is very, very important that we speak upon this, and a lot of people don't understand this, right? And the video I was about to show was all the shootings and the killings in Indianapolis, and I was gonna break this down from the point of view, but being that you brought this up, so this tied in to what I was going to talk about. So this was not never a lost topic or lost video, right? But let me get in this. Matter of fact, let me show this video while you are here.
We are not your children's keepers. You are. Parents and guardians have got to step up. A kid is dead tonight. Not our job to do this. It is unnecessary. You don't have to act like this. Our officers half a block away from when before the shooting started, dealing with another group of individuals fighting. We made almost, probably, well, we're still tallying up, about 20 arrests tonight. Recovered guns that I know of before this happened from 2 kids. One of them was an assault rifle, stuffed in the front of his pants. We keep going back to, what's the government going to do? What's the city going to do? The city's invested in this. Millions of dollars the city taxpayers pay for police overtime to staff this 1 square mile area. There was a couple hundred cops down here between state police and Capitol Police and IMPD and other police department agencies. Yes, we're going to keep doing our job. The city of Indianapolis, government, the police department is going to continue to do our job. We're not going to solve this. Not just by the police.
Okay. You see, I basically talked about this topic, and then now I want to talk about the previous news that happened. This is in Indianapolis. Hold on, Lex. Hold on. Previous chat. I mean, read them back to you. Understand what I'm saying. I got you. Lex. Let me just I want to get this video out so we can dialogue.
Of 2 teens who have been identified as 6-year-old Xavier Jackson and 15-year-old Azarian Cole. 59's Claire Curry brings us more from that night and the charges that those involved could now face.
People ran in fear as
you hear the
gunshots
gunshots? This is downtown Indianapolis.
This was the scene downtown near Washington and Illinois streets just before 1:30 a.m. on July 5th.
I was heartbroken, saddened by how our city is looking, people across the country. But more than that, the families that were affected by the violence.
Now 4 teens are being charged for illegally possessing guns that evening, with the youngest at just 13 years old.
It's ridiculous that
The reason why I'm talking about this topic is because the first initially video that I showed you, the officer basically, it looks like he really, really cared. He has children, and he see what's going on. And basically, he was like, this got to stop. This has to stop, right? He was out of protocol, and I'm off cameras. I'm hopefully, probably, no, not hopefully, I know they're going to talk to him, because he showed cared, he showed concern because he has a child. You know, it comes a point where that you show care. It doesn't matter what civilization. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But see, what he don't understand, he's saying that, well, the government's paying us millions and millions of dollars to patrol this radius area in his downtown, right? Or just where there's active shootings and killings and murders and drug deals going down, right? People trapping for sneakers and wares, right? So now he's saying that, but it goes bigger than that. It goes bigger than basically the money. What are your thoughts on death penalty being sentenced to be executed for a crime? Yes, I consider I believe in the death penalty. I believe in the death penalty. I think that the death penalty should be executed and should be used often, everywhere, in every state. Right? So knowing that if you do a crime that is hideous and a crime that is vicious and violent, you should be dealt with. For example, like raping and molesting babies. You should the death penalty. You should have the death penalty for individuals that's raping and molesting babies. That's how I feel. You shouldn't be raping and molesting babies or touching on babies or this sick demonic, because you have that mindset that cannot be corrected. That cannot be corrected. You killing somebody unjustly, you killing somebody, murdering somebody, which is demonic and evil and twisted. You should be dealt with lethal ejection. So I support the death penalty. I support it. What about people that are deemed innocent by reason of insanity? That's tricky. That's tricky because if people that's deemed innocent, I mean, the reason for insanity, that means that they wasn't in a right state of mind. That means that something, now here we go. That means that there's something that they cannot tell or see that control that person's mind at the time of the act of the violence, the attack, the murder, death, kill. That means that they wasn't in a right state of mind. That means that there's something there that told them to do it. So now that goes back to believing the unseen world. So if you're going to plead, right, for insanity, right, and things like that, that means that you believe in the unseen world, that you mean that you believe in something that's evil there that controls the mind, body, and soul, and that you are innocent. It wasn't you. In most cases, it's true. Because there are things in the spiritual realm that's evil, that can control your mind, body, and soul, that can block you. That's an actual true fact. I know that to be true. I went through it. It exists. It's been here. It exists. And it's there to control your mind, body, and soul. You just can't see it because it lurks in the shadows. It is unseen by the human eye. So, yeah. I believe that to be true. Yes. Yes. They need to look more and more into that. But they're not going to find anything. They just know that there's something there that they cannot see with the eye, that cannot be detected by devices or machines, man-made stuff. You got to get into the spiritual realm to see that. And the only way you can get into there is either two ways. If he allow you to transform your spirit out your body, right? Or you be dead and gone and you can't come back here. They can't harvest your spirit to come back. But if he give you the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to transfer your spirit in and out your body with consciousness instead of subconsciousness, to basically explain to the people, then you on the money, you on the map. Yeah. So, this was really, really good. This is really, really good. Up until you was like, oh, you struggling with these big words. No, I'm supposed to have my reading glasses on. And like I said, I'm going like this, and because my cousin said the same thing, yo, put your reading glasses on. Like when I was going live with my videos, I don't put my glasses on. Like my eyes become blurry. That's, it becomes blurry. That's just how it is. And I'm supposed to have my reading glasses on when I'm reading. So it makes sense. Like you said, it makes sense. No, it's cool. It's cool. I supposed to, now you just remind me, I supposed to have my reading glasses on. I should put them on. But right now, this topic was really, really good. Thank you so much, man, to engage in this topic. I hope you subscribe to me and we can further, me and you together can change the world, man. Can change the world. If this demonic, evil, twisted has the ability to go inside your body to control your mind, and you could be possessed. This is actually true fact. A lot of people may not believe it, but it is true. You can be possessed for a very, very long time. It's true. No mercy, no emotion, no nothing. He was found innocent by reason of innocence just because he didn't care. He has no emotion, yet they call him innocent. So what is his life like now? Because what is his life like now? That's the outcome of it. What if his life like now? What is his life like now? Because it could be that he was controlled by this entity. It's trust you me. Why do you think most of the people doing these crimes and acts and murders, shooting, killing people, and they're young? Because they are being controlled by this entity. It's a whisper that can whisper in your heart, mind, and soul that can take over your mind, body, and soul. And it don't be you. This is an actual true fact. It has the ability to go in your nostrils. This is an actual true fact. It has the ability to go in the mother womb when she's giving birth. See, this is a spiritual realm that people don't talk about and they don't believe. They don't believe. This is why they came up with, you said, insanity, innocent insanity, because insanity deals with the spiritual world. And some people use it for evil. Some people use it for good, right? Now, for example, let's talk about this case. Like, is he in a mental hospital? He is very high IQ individual. A high-ranking officer said that he's an intelligent psychopath and could play the system later in life. Let me tell you something. I don't care how intelligent you are physically. You could be intelligent physically on every level, right? Based on this physical world. If this demon get inside of you, no, all that intelligence go out the window. It's sort of like you becoming drunk, right? You drinking, you becoming drunk, and you black out. That's what that is. All the intelligence go out the window. That's how this mindset work, this insanity thing work. Psychopath, I'm saying he's a psychopath. They can say physically that he's a psychopath, right? And he's just a target. He should have used his ability to transform himself in a different aspect, right? But he was a vessel. You could be a vessel for evil. You can be a vessel for evil. You can be intelligent and be a vessel for evil. And the evil can breathe right through you and have you do acts. And people can't explain that because it's from a spiritual realm. Right? This is an actual true fact. And this can happen to anybody. I'm telling you, people that's deemed this way, right? That's deemed psychopath and that's pleaded insanity, right? Their minds are controlled and blocked and darkness. They know not what they do. Let me tell you something. Many times with that, my mind was blocked. I was drunk and blacked out. I wound up somewhere I ain't supposed to be. That's how these individuals think. And in the time of you doing these acts, that's how your mind go. You don't remember the act that you did. And that's most people. People who talk about, no, I don't remember this. And they be put in jail for the rest of their lives. He just an individual who probably got away. But the people that do these acts, they don't remember them doing the acts. Because something had took over their mind, body, and soul. That wasn't them. But the people don't believe it, so they put them in jail for the rest of their life, or they give them a lethal injection. You see how this world, evil world, demonic world works? It kills two birds with one stone. You could become a vessel for evil. That is true. That is true. That is true. In the spiritual world, it's true. But in the real life world, physical world, ain't nobody hearing that. You did this. You was the person that did it. It was your mind, body, and soul, and they're off you. Meaning he could get out and be free. It could be. It could be. But I'll tell you this right here. Right? If he pleading this insanity, right, and he's a psychopath, right, and he did this act, he's going to be met with a force that he never even seen before. He's going to be met with a force that he never seen before. That's all I can say. But if this is true, right, if this is true, because some of the time it's true, people are a vessel for evil. Evil breeds right through them. That's an actual true fact, and people always talk about that. That's why they set up these programs in these laboratories and, dealing with neurosurgeons and dealing with these certain things to find out what's really going on. But you can't find out spiritually. You can't, because you can't find out. You can't see that. No machine can detect that. They can only detect waves of different patterns that you going through a dream or you going through something, but it can't detect the unseen spiritual world. Do you understand that? That's a whole different world. No machine can detect that. Nothing that man create can detect that. And that's what the Creator hidden from mankind, because it's actually him. Do you understand that? That's a piece of his existence. That unseen world, that spirit, that is him. So perhaps he is innocent. His lawyers are arguing that because he feels no remorse. He didn't know right from wrong. In other words, he knew what he was doing was wrong, but he just doesn't care. We have to let it play out. You could be the judge of it, because I just told you from a point of view that it could happen, and you telling me from a physical point of view that he did this. So you have to weigh it out, because if he get off, you have to see the outcome of his life. But the reality, the fact is that you can't fix that. If you are targeted by this entity, and evil in the spiritual realm is always going to attack you and have your mind somewhere else. It's not going to be you. And the only way to deal with this is executing the person. Let the Creator deal with you, because we can't have you killing more people. You understand what I'm saying? So they had to let that play out. They had to let it play out. Certain people get off, some people don't. Certain people get that lethal injection, They plead insanity because they want to keep their physical life going. But you have your day, So you gotta let it play out. If he get off, you gotta let it play out. Because if he do another act, that's when you take him out. But it's sad that somebody else got to be a victim, but you got to let it play out. If he plead insanity, you got to let it play out. If he get off, you got to see how his life turn out and watch him like a hawk. Have the cameras on him, have everything tapped onto him. Watch him. You got to watch him, because if he do an act, you could hold court in the street, or you let the tax-paying money pay for this, and then he would meet his fate With individuals like that, if you are touched by evil, if you are touched by evil, then this is hard right here. If you are touched by evil, I think you should be given a chance, because everybody's touched by evil. I was touched by evil. I know a lot of other people out here that was touched by evil, and they was given a second chance. You understand what I'm saying? They was given a second chance. It depends on the nature of the crime. That's what they said. It depends on the nature of the crime. But crime is crime. Crime is crime. You could be touched your whole life with evil. Feel me? But there's supposed to be punishments, because there's a pattern when you are young. There's a pattern of you are young. There's a pattern if you are touched by this demonic, evil, twisted devil, demon. It shows. You know if your child's touched by a demon or touched by goodness. Yes. And this happened during birth. This happened in the mother womb. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of women don't know that. I don't want them to get scared and nervous, but this happens. This is why it's important to pray over your child. This is why it's important to pray before you start to procreate a child. If you don't want to go through that, use protection. Use birth controls, So, I'm just saying. There's options. But everybody at some point is touched with evil. The Creator says that is touched with evil. And anybody that's touched with evil, do they supposed to be executed? Do they supposed to be executed? No, because you can overcome and fight evil. If you are touched by it, there's remedies, there's things that you can do. You can actually fight and fight back and destroy your demon like I did. So there's avenues and ways that you can conquer. A lot of people is touched by evil. Like, look what's going on. A lot of these children, 12 years old, 13, 14, 15, 16, they are touched by evil by doing these acts, shooting and killing people and murdering people. Do they supposed to be executed? No. Do they plead insanity? It depends. This is why they got studies, right? And they put the institution that puts you in jail to be corrected with these programs. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a touchy situation. I feel you. Thank you for this conversation. I need to meditate now. I will understand what you are saying once I let go of all thoughts and focus on my emotion. Goodbye, helpful stranger. Thank you so much, Lex. You have an amazing day. And I want you to basically use all of your resources and all of your benefits and control your square and your circle and define who you are, which add into your physical of controlling your space, which is what? Oxygen, air, and gravity. That's where you can make things happen with your physical existence, and then you pass on the generational wealth after knowing this. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe, get the information out. This channel, the dopest channel on YouTube, and this is bringing actual facts. Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Peace, 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 y'all. Peace.